Give me something new. I want it back, through and through. Just do it, I'll let you rule. I know you like to break the rules, and my cry is being too good for you. I'm too good to you, I'm too good to you. My cry is being too good for you. I'm too good to you, I'm too good to you. I'm too good to you, 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 I'm too good.
R.I.P. Gino Jack. We're going to talk about him the next couple of minutes. But welcome to the warm-up show with hockey coach, road coach Frenchie, directly for the beautiful country of Thailand. And we have the co-host directly from Toronto, Mr. ENORTAP, back in the house for another great weeks of hockey.
Yeah, happy Monday, Coach. Hockey Nation. Always great to be here with everybody.
Great Monday, Mr. ENORTAP. First of all, happy Martin Luther King holidays and the people in USA. This is a big celebration over there. Remind me a couple of years like when I was coaching a youth travel team, a AAA example, or any other team. This is the weekend you travel for tournament around outside your state. That's what's happening at the Martin Luther King. But so a lot of things to talk about this weekend. First of all, on the weekend, you have a lot of things happening for the Montreal Canadiens and any other teams. And then I'm going to have 11 games today and the Martin Luther King Day on the Monday, January 16, 2023. And I think 4 or 5 already in action, maybe more, a little bit more. I'll just give you the last update. The Devils just tied the game 2-2, Mr. ENORTAP, and the Tampa Bay Lightning take the lead 2-0 against the Seattle Kraken at home, Mr. ENORTAP.
Actually, San Jose just took the lead again, 3-2.
Yeah, here we go. It's just happening now on the website. It's just happening right now. So we welcome everybody, but first of all, let's see what we have in the house, Mr. ENORTAP, where Mr. Rand Kirk knocked the door. Welcome aboard, Mr. Rand. Thanks to be with us.
How's it going, Ryan? Welcome aboard.
Then we have Mr. Luciano Graziano, moderator of the Hockey Nation Show, knocked the door. Welcome aboard. Thanks to be with us tonight.
Welcome, Lucky.
RJ Calabro knocked the door too. RJ is with us. Thanks so much, RJ, with all the update we got tonight at the Hockey Nation Show.
How you doing, RJ? Welcome.
And that's what we got so far. That's it, Mr. ENORTAP. That's the people we got at 6:05 on the great Monday night we got right now on this show. First of all, like we do at the beginning of the show, we ask you always this question, Mr. Tap. What pay you attention on the weekend?
I'm just going to stick to one point, and I think it's really the unsung heroes of so far this year, besides Seattle and their success or story so far. It's the Winnipeg Jets, coach. They've been just as hot as Seattle. Last 10 games, they've gone 8-2. They're putting together some great victories. They finally overtook Dallas for first in the division. Things are looking quite good. I think if they can make, one key acquisition or two, maybe, a defenseman, and I would say probably a top either second or a third liner, somebody in that area. I think this team could be very dangerous in the playoffs.
Yeah, they have a team that can have a couple. I'm not sure they have the all ready to make the Stanley Cup, but I think right now they have a good team. They prove it since the beginning of the season. They have a good goaltender.
Yeah.
Nobody talk about the defensive. I think the Mauricy step up behind Ray Barnes, and then the player forward, the top six with Connor and now with Heller and Dubois and then Sheffley and they continue to performing that team. I think they would need more if you want to get a little bit deeper in the playoff. But right now they're looking good. They are really one of the best teams. Have a good weekend in Winnipeg and it's only weekend for NHL.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing to watch out for right now, obviously Beniers leads the rookies in scoring. But just 10 points right behind him is Cole Perfetti, who's really picking up the pace. So it'll be interesting by the end of the year whether Perfetti has enough in him to catch up to Beniers, or whether Beniers continues at this pace and probably ends up being the strongest candidate for the Calder. But it's exciting. We got some real good candidates.
Yep, and then also we have to, it's only weekend. The New Jersey Devils are now losing 3-2, but they won the last 4 games. And the Atlantic, again, back with a couple of W, is the Boston Bruins. The Florida Panthers won the last 2 games, and then the Tampa Bay Lightning are winning their last 2 games. Plus, they are winning again, the Seattle Kraken. They have a straight 8 games. So that's what we had about the weekend. They are the best team. Have a good weekend, Mr. ENORTAP, for them. On the flip side, the Washington Capitals struggle during the weekend. The St. Louis Blues is another team. Did not do well. And the Buffalo Sabres are not looking good over there, Mr. ENORTAP. In the last 4 games, they won 3-0. For them. And then I want to mention one more team, the Ottawa Senators, whatever, they won 1 game at the last 3 out of 4 game they played last week. And then I would mention they have a couple of news over there, maybe more positive what we expect. But Mr. ENORTAP, we have to welcome, first of all, for New Glenn. It's funny because I was during a couple of days, I'm always thinking about who I did not see here in the chat, who came here, whatsoever. And we did not see during the weekend because they played 2 games, and we did the game both. We did not see Mr. ENORTAP. Ellen Heave.
Hey, welcome, Ellen.
So I was just curious about what she think about the Montreal Canadiens during the weekend, what happening. And then he's back in the house, Mr. ENORTAP. I'm talking about, of course, Dixon Automotive Group. Changed his name from
Dixon.
Dan Ogilvy.
He's keeping you on your toes, Coach.
Exactly. Mr. Jeffrey Corey from Taiwan is in the house.
Welcome, Jeffrey.
And then sometimes we have deals, sometimes we have no deal, but we have always the real deal. That's the most important thing, Mr. ENORTAP.
Welcome.
The real deal with the Buffalo Sabres. I don't know what he's thinking about that team, but we'll be interested to hear a little bit more. And John Mickelson knocked the door, Mr. ENORTAP. Welcome back.
Hey, John.
In the house.
Welcome, John.
Thanks so much for everybody. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. If you don't mind, that'd be great. And then the Seattle Kraken score cut the lead from 2-1. Vince Dunn, I believe, a score maybe cut tips, but look like Vince Dunn have an amazing, great season so far. Mr. ENORTAP score for them this 8th of the year.
It'll be an interesting finish. Yeah, the next 10 games, coach, with Seattle will be the telltale story for them. I think they have a very tough 10 games, including today's against Tampa Bay. And if they could just play 500, they'll be fine. If they sink a little bit here, then they're going to be part of that group that we were talking about in terms of being in the playoff bubble, you know.
Definitely.
But I don't think so. I think they'll hang on.
Yeah, they have everything right now to be the playoff for sure. At the beginning of the show, we talk about him. We play a song about as RIP and loving a memory. Gino Odjick passed away at 52 years old yesterday. And, you know, it's a lot of people talk a lot about Gino Odjick, everything. So I don't know if you have a couple of words, we have something you can want, or maybe what you remember the most about Gino Odjick. Maybe in the chat, if you have some, you know, some of you saw him play hockey, and maybe have some kind of the words or what you remember the most about Gino Odjick.
Well, obviously, you know, what comes foremost to my mind is the fact that, you know, he was an enforcer in a time when there were a lot of enforcers on different teams. And he played for a number of teams. He even had a small stint in Montreal, I believe, for, I think was it just 1 year or 2 years? I don't think it was longer than that.
I'm sorry?
With Montreal. When he played for
2 years.
Montreal,
Yeah.
he was
he had 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, he embraced the role that he had, obviously. He had a very rare disease that attacks different organs that he found out, I think it was maybe, I want to say about 10 to 12 years ago.
2014.
2014, yeah. And it, unfortunately, you know, in 2020, he mentioned that it had reoccurred. So it's sad because obviously, you know, it's a battle that you can't win. And it really makes you helpless. But we pray for his family, for the repose of his soul, and yeah, he's given us a lot of exciting times in different ways. Like, he did have one career year by his standards where I think he picked up somewhere between 16 to 18 goals in one season. I think
93, 94, 16 goals. Yeah.
Was it with Vancouver, I think? Or if I'm not mistaken, yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, he's, it's sad, but unfortunately, not much we can do except for pray for his soul, to rest in peace, and for the prayers to his family.
Yeah, absolutely right about Gino. You know, he really suffered the last 2 years. He came back with that 2020. I think he was back, unfortunately. His illness, and he come back. He fight for a couple of years, 6 years where he was pretty good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the last 2-3 years was really not good for him. For Gino Odjick, for me, it's really special because when I started to beginning to video coach, everything like that, I start with the Laval Titans under the Morissette owners. And at that time, we have Bob Arkley, Michel Terrien following after that. And but when Gino Odjick was drafted by the Laval Titans, he came with Donald Odette. And then following after that, you have Sandy McCarty, and then Gino Odjick was there, played for a couple of years in QM, and you know what I mean, like he was everybody was sold out every game because of Gino Odjick with all the fight and QM and the junior style, everything, and you know 2,500 minute penalty in the NHL for Gino Odjick. But the most important thing I want to mention is not about his fight, because everyone in NHL talk about the human being, his heart, and how he gave back to everybody, and he have no enemies. Gino Odjick, like he was tough on the ice, but outside of the ice, he was maybe the best of of any other player they can talk about as a teammate, everything. So a lot of great comments around the NHL world talking about Gino Jick for sleep passed away at 52 years old. And yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. But yeah, Gino have always a kind of the sarcastic talking about fun things around around the game, everything like that. So, yep, 52 years old. So we have a few people knock the door. First of all, Adam Berger is in the house. Welcome aboard. He think that Vegas is going to win tonight. A big game tonight at home. The game start and already start right now, I believe. Again, the Dallas Star.
Yes, they started
already. So already that we have Denis Rodrigue. Welcome aboard. Thank you both of you. Buffalo are a 500 team for Denis Rodrigue talking about the Buffalo, and then Hélène. Finally, Mr. Top, we got the reason why she was not with us this weekend.
Why is that?
She lost her phone Friday night.
She lost her phone?
Yeah. No phone during the weekend, and she could not do anything about that. And then she got new one today on the Monday, and now she's watching a game and replay for the Montreal Canadiens. So welcome back, Hélène. Thanks to be with us.
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough when you lose your phone. It's such a a private thing. Oh man, I hope all is okay.
About that, we just checking. Mr. William Leclerc knocked the door. Mr. Nata, welcome aboard, William Leclerc.
Hey, welcome, William.
Yeah, we try to get everybody. Thanks so much, also for update. We have a couple of people. Gino was a very tough player from Denis Rodrigue. Yeah, absolutely. Gino was one of the one. Yeah, you talk about the soul of the team, the heart of the team, the logo, and you can talk about this for sure. Then we have Pierre Martin knock the door. Welcome aboard, Pierre Martin. Thanks for being with our Canadian show.
Welcome.
Shania for Taiwan, she's in the house. Welcome aboard. Thanks for being with our Canadian show. Jeff said, other myself, can I said you are a man over 40. Please get even the race like chest pass checked by the doctor. Thanks so much, Jeff, to sharing with us about this. We appreciate it. And welcome for the first time, I believe. If not, welcome back. And thanks to be with the Hockey Nation show tonight. And we have a friend, Bossy Flower, Mr. NORTAP, is in the house.
How's it going, Bossy Flower?
T'as bien raison, mon ami, Bossy, about him. And then we have seen, I've done many play-by-play manner hockey game at Willie Craig at the 15th New Brunswick, already O'Ray. About this was the reason, people asking me why you would change the picture. I just try to stay in the what's going on around the league, everything. And then today, because it's Martin Luther King, and if I put Martin Luther King, what they reflect with hockey, so I try to figure out what he make an impact in hockey. I think Willie Ray, make an impact and for many years in hockey, and he opened the door for the color players or coaches. So just want to share this on the special day of the Martin Luther King guys and USA holidays. So let's on the bus, Mr. NORTAP, the phone.
Oh, that's too bad. Check the lost and found. Maybe somebody was kind enough to return it.
Yeah. We can put Danny on this if you want to. We can ask Danny to do some kind of search.
Not that bus.
But we'll see. She was not the party boss, right?
No, not on the party.
Okay. That's once she said the boss, it just automatically me was right there, the party boss.
I noticed.
She got an invite the last minute, Mr. NORTAP. Who knows? Could happen about this. But first of all, Luciano, coach, if you have to choose which team get the wild card, how much does winning percentage come and do play for you? Really important about this, Luciano, because the winning percentage is really make a big factor if you are 3 games in front of you or 3 games behind, and because that's what make the winning percentage a difference at the end of the year. So for me, if a team is at 560 and then a team is 511, but the 511 have to win the 3 game to reach another team, and then after that they have to continue winning if you do another team still winning. So it's not easy. If you are already played 3 games and you're in front of the other team, you're still in the seat of the driver. But if you are 3 point behind, or just 1 or 2 point in front of the team that 3 game in hands, but you're still a little bit worried about that. So that's pretty much that's fun about this, Mr. ENORTAP. Life is short for Madame. I know why you travel coach. You never know. One could be you're absolute about this one over there. And we have Mr. Melissa Zabran knock the door. Welcome aboard. Thanks to be with our Canadian show. So it looks like everybody knocked the door. So welcome everyone. Don't forget to click on the likes. We really appreciate it. So now we have a couple a boss, John Mickelson, Peter August, Bill Demetra, Benko, Luciano, and Chicago. Friday night are 3-0, Mr. ENORTAP. So all those people are going to be in the bus.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, all each one of you. Them. Here we go. A lot of people, Mr. ENORTAP, be on the bus for 24 hours, so that's good news for them. And no jail because the rule from the DeWitt-Smith verification said, I think, is rule 6.2. Every time you have only 3 games, you only count the bus, so we don't count the jail, Mr. ENORTAP. So that's happening for last Friday. But tonight, with the 11 game on the program, some people can hit the jail at some point. And we'll see what's happening at the end of the night. Already a couple of games are done. The first of all, the Shock is 3-2 with the lead by 4 minutes to go remaining. 2-1 the Tampa Bay Lightning with 3 minutes 39, and the Kraken all over them. The Stars take the lead 1-0 again to go the night, Mr. ENORTAP. And then
didn't take long.
The Panthers take the lead 1 tonight, 4-1 against the Buffalo Sabres. The Bruins destroy the Flyers 6-0. The Avalanche, there was destroying the Detroit 6-0, I believe, with 6-1, and then the Detroit come back with 2 games, but still Colorado, 13 goals, Colorado in the last 2 games, Mr. ENORTAP, for the Colorado Avalanche. So maybe get turn around the situation. I'm sure William Snyder will tell us, now the Willie Snyder, he will tell us, don't be worried about my Avalanche. That'll be all good.
I told you.
I'm the boring for me. Helen said that, Mr. ENORTAP. No coach, no party for me. I'm too boring for that. I'm an introvert. I have to stay home, watch hockey and hockey news. And then
we'll convert you. Don't worry, Ellen. We'll convert you.
Yeah. Don't. It's all good. And then don't
You'll
worry
be an extrovert before you know it.
Absolutely. About this, talking about So that's happening about the NHL. So we're going to give a couple of news around what's going on around the league, Mr. ENORTAP. First of all, I'm going to talk about the leaderboard the next couple of minutes. I want to share it with you, and then we have if you follow on the news we got over our head right now. The top here, we always do the Monday, Mr. ENORTAP, the 3-star of the week with the most point. I think Peter August have the most point with 26, 27, I cannot remember. And then following by Chicago, and then Luciano is a part of the 3-star. I put the people little bit have the point for 2nd star, the 3rd star with 22 and 21. Here we go. Peter August, 26, Mr. ENORTAP, following by Ron with Kings and Chicago at 22. And then Luciano, the 3rd star with Vinny, all both of you guys at 21 points. So it's fun to see that. Good congratulations for all of you guys that do that. Money going to Avalanche. Peter Martin said about this one over there. We're going to talk about this. Mr. ENORTAP, the Tampa Bay Lightning score to take the lead 3-1. That will be over for the Kraken. We called that one, Mr. ENORTAP, a little bit earlier. We're going to talk about it again in the next couple of minutes. But now it's time to talk about fun news. That's my point. And
I was surprised you didn't take Seattle, Coach.
Yep. Absolutely about this one. About this, the start of the week, Mr. ENORTAP, if you don't know, I will remember to you this one over there.
Yes.
The goaltender for the Seattle Kraken, 3-0-0. Martin Jones have an amazing, great week. So I think he have 2 shootouts last week, by the way. Lucas Raymond, one of the nominations for the Rookie of the Year last season, 7 point and 3 game, exactly like Nikita Kucherov. It's funny because never talk about Kucherov, Mr. ENORTAP. No one. It's not mentioned his name aloud, and he's at the top 5 best scorer in NHL right now for Kucherov. So I just want to share it with you. And then I want to finish with this every day, 11 o'clock, Monday to Friday or Saturday, we do abs daily news. Today, the ab Kirby Docker is a center absolutely for was the inside of this video. Yeah, I would invite you to click on this. And then for the people maybe don't know, but we do a show every Sunday morning at 11 o'clock with Karen and Marco Larabie. And that last weekend, yesterday, we talked about the first half of the Montreal Canadiens and the preview of the preview. Usually, we do a recording and then we do a premiere, but unfortunately, for some reason, the internet was down on my location. When I said down, it was slower and Sunday night, so it'd make a delay. And when I see the delay was all the way at 12 o'clock, 12:13, 12:15, I decide to go just like recording video. So I invite everybody to watching this. That would be great. And that's what all the news. Now, most about the thing, Mr. Nortap, what I have to tell you, and when you maybe tell us some comments, that's what the reason you come here. The recap game weekend for the Montreal Canadiens in New York at the Big Apple. The Apple for the Rangers. Anyway, Montreal are 1-1. A couple of players step up. Montembeault, Doc, Caulfield, Zuski, and David Savard. I'm going to give you all the information you need to know, but I would like to hear us a little bit what you think about the Montreal Canadian performance. And Tampa Bay score again 4-1.
4-1, yes, exactly. For me, it was Montembeault, coach. I thought he played a very, very solid game. He was tested on a couple of occasions early, and he really held his own. I really like his an area I've seen improvement in him has been he's starting to not drop on his knees as quickly, number one. And number two, his lateral moves have improved quite a bit since the beginning of the year. And I think that's what sort of contributed. Like, you don't find last year, I remember, and even early on in the season, he would sometimes, after the first save, he would find himself out of position very quickly. And so if a rebound was in possession, it usually resulted in the net because of his positioning. But I'm not seeing that as frequently this year, and that's probably attributable to the goalie coach there.
Eric Raymond.
That's fantastic. I agree 100% that Doc should be at center for Montreal. I'm glad that they're giving him that opportunity and not throwing him on the wing. That the wing should be a last resort. If down the road they find out that he can't handle it at center, which I sincerely doubt. I think that Doc is really meant to be a centerman. He's got some very nice moves. He can carry the puck. He finds himself in opportune positionings because he's smart enough to figure out where to put himself. Caulfield, what can you say? He's continuing at a great pace. Nothing surprising there. Suzuki, it's good to see that he's kind of come out of his slump a little bit. I think we were a bit tough on him too, because a part of that slump may have been attributable to the fact that he has some kind of nagging injury that doesn't keep him out of the lineup, but it obviously affects his play from what I was hearing. And Savard has always been a stalwart this year for Montreal on defense. I think he's been really solid and a good, solid teacher to the young defenders as well.
Yeah, what's said about everybody. It's rare you see a goaltender in NHL to play a back-to-back game, a 3 game and 4 nights. It's rare, like a rare, really rare now in the days in hockey, NHL to see that. Montembeault did it. He stopped this week 150 shot on the 159 this week, and this weekend he stopped 74 of the 77 shot he saved. About this, a great comment about his lateral return. That I feel him is very square, protect more his rebound whatsoever. He gave the goal again Islanders a rebound. Really better progression about Montembeault. Now it's the key, see how he's going to repeat this. For me, I would say it take about 75 game to 100 game to become a regular goaltender in NHL. What it look like is talent skill. Could be that. Listen, this is like just like the days and night before Doc when he played center versus winger. Whatsoever he struggled again with the percentage of face-off this weekend, but overall, I think Doc have another great. The Devil tied the game.
Oh wow! There was only 7 seconds left.
Yeah, I have 9 here, but
Wow,
Jack Hughes tied the
9.
game about that one over there. Wow.
Love it, love it.
Wow. They will come back again. Yeah, 4 straight game. So about that, score is 8th of the year. The 5 point, the last
Yeah.
5 game, reached his highest number of the point in one season, 27. So it's going to be past that. It's for sure see in the future what he look like. But Doc have a great way. Caulfield scores his 26th of the year. His first pass yesterday, Mr. Tap, sent November 23rd.
Wow.
Yep. Zuski getting the Zuski, 5 point the last 5 games was Zuski, so he's getting a bit better. Score his goal, 16th of the year. So that's pretty good for him. And then David Savard. We're going to talk about him the next couple of minutes, but I want to mention to you, once Savard is with Montreal on the ice, the record of Montreal, Mr. Tap, 15-15-1. Once Savard is not in the lineup, they are 3-8-2.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Not surprised.
That's it's like wow. And he played a lot of minutes where he should not play too much minute, but that's what he is. He had an amazing, great game yesterday. Not flashy, but really great on the details of the game yesterday. And I think when they split Edmondson Savard, I think they're helping the Montreal Canadiens on the weekend. By the way,
100%. 100%.
Danny is in the house, Mr. Nata. We welcome Mr. Danny. Thanks so much.
Welcome, Danny.
Thanks for being with
Cheers,
us.
Danny.
And then we have Ellen said, I'm a big Monty fan from the get-go. And then Ellen said, Karen Hans, she's good. Yes, Karen Hans, she's very good for the Hockey Nation show or the AB Daily News.
She's amazing. She's
yep.
amazing.
Let's move on a little bit. What we got for you, Mr. Nata, well, our abs injuries. The W cost maybe a couple of players hurt on the weekend. First of all, Jake Allen going to be reevaluated tomorrow. We'll be back at Montreal. They are off today. And then Mike Madison wearing the right jersey, the good jersey, but still did not play this weekend. And then Jake Evans going to be know a little bit more about a lower body injuries on the left knee. See how long he's going to be out, not looking good. And then Juraj Sikorsky will see if it's a day-to-day or week-to-week after the block shot for yesterday, and then got hurt after that. And that was it was not only yesterday, it was maybe the accumulation, the block shot he did on the weekend, because it's happening again, the Islanders, a couple of times in that.
Now, there was also a couple plays where he took a cross-check towards the rib area. And I'm thinking, it hasn't been confirmed yet, but I'm thinking that that's probably where the problem lies. It could be the rib area. Because
you talk about who?
After, for Slavkovsky.
No, it's Joel Armia.
Oh, was that Joel Armia?
Yep, it's Joel Armia. It was got hit. And the reason why I know that is because I wish I could bring the picture. And this was like, again, another play above the line from Jacob Trouba.
Yes.
Yes. Is it intentional? Is it he want to do it or not? He square his elbow and the ribs. I don't understand why they have no penalty on that one. I don't get it.
I know. I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
And then why the NHL does not pay a fee for this an amount of $5,000? I don't know. You have different amount for different thing, but I think for me it was unbelievable when you see the replay. It's square, like he extend his elbow up and he hit he targeting the rib, not the shoulder, completely the ribs about this one over there.
Yeah.
So
my mistake. I thought it was on Slavkovsky, but yeah, you're right. Now that I recall, it was Armia, and totally uncalled for, especially the second time, because he did it twice in a row. The second time was totally blindsided, so uncalled for indeed.
But again, it's another one. He struggled like this. Like when I say he struggled like this, like he's a guy did a lot of injury, like hit he hit hard for sure. You have to always put your head up when you play again Trouba, Mr. Nata. But I just want to share this with you. Well, a couple of news around the NHL. A couple of signatures. First of all, the Boston Bruins signed Pavel Zacha, 4 years at $4.75 million, total $19 million, 6 overall pick, 2015, 5 goals, 20 assists, 25 points, and 42 games. This is a player that almost gave away. They got Eric Ola and the New Jersey Devils, and the Devils doesn't want to pay him that kind of money. And it's a little bit high for me. He never, he had one good year since he played in NHL, but he never reached that kind of player that was expected as a 6 overall pick. That reminds me a lot, Mr. ENORTAP, when I say 6 overall pick, because Montreal can select 6 this year. Always be careful to write the right players, Mr. ENORTAP. And then the big news of Minnesota Wild, Boldy signed a 7-year at $7 million, 12 overall pick in 2019. 27 goal, 66 point, and 89 game. So on top, $7 million. If Balboldi have $7 million, he scored 27 in NHL. Imagine Caulfield.
I know. We got to get this guy signed before he keeps scoring at this rate. It's going to cost us quite a bit.
They are going to honor the few Canadian players for the gold medal game for Canada at the Jet game tomorrow night. That's a great day to hear that. It will be interesting to see Joshua Roy for sure, Mr. ENORTAP, for this one. NHL news, Ottawa Senator, Mr. ENORTAP, Josh Norris possibly is back this week.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
This is a big news because Norris right now with 35 games to go, 37, could have the Ottawa feel better and possibly come back a little bit raise what they could join back. But it'll be interesting to see. That would be a big plus. This you talk about a huge loss during the year. It's him. Edmonton Oilers is going to welcome back Evander Kane possibly this week. I thought he's going to be at the end after the All-Star game. Now, possibly he returned this week, Mr. ENORTAP. And then the Toronto announced, unfortunately, Robinson is going to be out for the rest of the season, Mr. ENORTAP. And then said, Mr. ENORTAP, Trouba is the 30 players. Here we go. She confirmed with you what you just said about this one over there. We have trend trait about this trade bait. If you're Jake Allen, if you can use, do you trade David Savard and not over Joel Edmondson?
I'm just trying to remember what their contract situation is. I think Edmondson has one more year remaining.
Both of them are 1 more year after that at $3.5 million each. My point to you is maybe not set. When we said the value at David Savard, is it better to Edmondson? The fun between one is going to turn 30 years old and then Savard is going to turn 34, 35.
Yeah, currently I would say the value of Savard is higher than that of Edmondson. But having said that, Edmondson probably helps a team out more because of his size come playoff time and his physicality. I mean, Savard is also a very physical player. He's not a very tall player, but he is physical in front of the net. He does clear the puck and the players out of the way as well. I think Savard right now is the better catch, but some teams might want that more. That height dimension added to it as well. So I'll say Savard, but I can see Edmondson being also high on the priority list.
Mr. ENORTAP, if I said to you, Thomas, that he's dropped his glove right now, are you believe me?
With what, a tuna?
He tried to run after Bennington, but Data just dropped the glove, tried to fight against Jose Sharks, Eriksson. So pretty amazing. See that, Edmondson. Thomas Tatar, the new Chris Nolan for the New Jersey Devils. We want to send Mr. Dawson, thanks so much to be with us. And then he said he don't feel good. So he said, hopefully speedy recovery for you, Mr. Dawson. Thanks to stop by. Ron with King knocked the door. Welcome aboard. Thanks to be with us. Kent will not be as effective after his kind of injury for this. We have Mr. David Savard as one defensive mode lie on the ice. I hope the bug hit him. You're absolutely right. And then you have also one one move, Mr. Natap. It's so funny. Like if I would play against him, I think I can stop him. Like he's coming on the offensive zone, and he always goes for the front hand to the back end, and then come back to the forehands. Like he and everybody got him. Like everybody,
Predictable.
he looked like Bobby Orr in front of the net when he's coming with the puck, Mr. Natap. It's just like when I said Bobby Orr, so in slow motion, not like on real speed. Yeah. On the slow motion. So it's imagine Bobby Orr and then David Savard does the same thing at full speed. It's remember a DVD recorder, right? That's happening about this. Anyhow,
look, wow. Either way, coach, if they get offers for either one or both of them, I think Montreal should seriously consider it, depending what the return is, of course. I mean,
yeah, absolutely about this. A little bit transaction around the league, Mr. Natap. Buffalo called back the goaltender Lukanen, and then they return Krebs and the AHL. Ottawa called back Bernard Tucker and the NHL, and the Detroit return now and the AHL. The goaltender Nedeljkovic on the waiver, and look like he's not going to be no claim nowhere. The NHL injury, the Balcher for the Tampa Bay Lightning is on the loan conditioning. Down in American Hockey League. Expect him to be back. And the New York Rangers last Saturday, Gauthier, or Friday night, Mr. Natap. That's happening about the league, around the league, Mr. Natap. So you get all the information. We are a little bit late. I didn't look the time because we talked too much together. And I talked too much. Not you. No, not you. Not on you. Nobody got to jail. So that's good news, Mr. Natap.
We have to discuss.
I'm sorry again?
That's good. That's good. No jail bandits this week.
Leaderboard, Mr. Natap, the boss, you and Richard got one last week, so both of you dominate completely at 13, following by Jose Duarte. Peter August got two boss last week with Run with Kings, and then Timedra Bengal got two boss with John Mickelson, congratulations, with the most of boss. And then we have the gel time. No, nobody want to get more last week, and not many got the gel, only 3 people, Mr. Natap. And that's happening about the gel time last week. We have not many games on one night. And then the winning percentage leader and the winning leader, Mr. Natap. And Natap is still joined. We have 3 people tied right now, you, me, and Yamo tied there. But Richard Molin have the best percentage, Mr. Natap, at 5.87. Congratulations, Mr. Richard Molin. And the rest you can see on that. And the most important thing, Mr. Natap, is the number of the point total. Yamo still dominate at 303, following by me and you, Mr. Natap. We have to congratulate the 3-star of the week last week and the point about this. The game excited, Mr. Natap, between Devils and the San Jose. Unbelievable what's going on over there. I'm talking too much again. Rick Bengal talking about the star. Not the star to be in the bus, but a star to be maybe somewhere else. But is a reporter for the Hockey National Show directly from Halifax, Mr. Natap. He knocked the door. Welcome back, Mr. Rick. Always a pleasure to have Rick Bengal in the house, Mr. Natap. Here we go. And that's it, Mr. Natap. I stop.
That's it. That's all, right?
Yeah. So you can give that game, Mr. Natap, because it's game start at 6 o'clock. We're going to count this. So if you just send your it look like a double J is not here anyway. All right. The press conference on Wednesday. Yes, and the news, Ken Hughes going to have a press conference talking about the halfway the season Wednesday. Thanks so much, Ellen, to mention this.
Yeah, indeed. This game is already in progress. It's currently 1-0 for Dallas. The Stars are on a bit of a losing streak themselves. They head into this game having lost 2 straight. As we saw last night, the Winnipeg Jets have finally have taken over first place in the division, and Dallas has dropped behind by a point. The interesting thing here is we're obviously gonna see the return of Peter DeBoer, first time back in Vegas since he got fired by the Golden Knights in the offseason. And I think that that'll be one of the real motivating factors for Dallas to try to get this W. Dallas is currently been affected. I think that part of the loss coincides with the fact that Rupi Hintz has been out of the lineup for I'd say about a week or so, and it really affects how the lines have been switched up. If he's there, it gives him a lot more flexibility, and they really miss his creative play for sure, and his productivity as well. Dallas, they really boast a very strong defense with an elite goalie in Jake Ottinger. Um, uh, Whereas right now Vegas is slowly starting to get hit with some injuries again, and that's always their biggest nemesis. Right now they have their captain Mark Stone that's out of the lineup. I believe William Carrier's out of the lineup as well. They already had White Cloud out of the lineup. Theodore's out of the lineup. So those are some pretty big hits on the team, and they can ill afford to have too many injuries because their depth, even though it's good, it's not great. So Dallas has won just 2 of their last 10 games when they've played in Vegas, but I think that the major injuries to Vegas players and the fact that this is a big revenge game for DeBoer, I'm going to take Dallas to win this game by a score of 3-2.
Here we go, Mr. ENORTAP. That's why we're waiting for you. 4-3 me for me, Mr. ENORTAP. I was waiting for that.
For Dallas 4-3. Okay, great. Okay, what do we have?
We have to welcome Randy Walkman, Mr. ENORTAP. Randy back.
Hey, Randy.
Thanks to be with us about this. Mr. ENORTAP, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
The New Jersey won 4-3.
New Jersey, absolutely. That coincides with our picks, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think we both took New Jersey, didn't we?
We took we did. Vinny's confirmed and shootout.
Okay, that's great. Next game we have Anaheim and Pittsburgh. Crosby and the Penguins, they host the Zegras and the Ducks for an intra-conference matchup tonight. It's the first of their 2 matchups this year, and is likely to, I think, to go Pittsburgh's way for many reasons. The Pittsburgh's players will have the Penguins faithful backing them after a long road trip that they went on. The Ducks, meanwhile, they'll be traveling for the first time since their 6-game road trip, and that always takes a bit of a toll. Besides, things did not go very well for Anaheim over the last little while. They've won just 12 times in 43 games. It's not looking very good for Anaheim at this point. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh to win this game by a score of 3-1. I think
3-1 is not that. How many times you take Pittsburgh the last couple of week and they lost?
Not very much. I've been purposely leaving them out of my selections, but I can't tonight. Not against Anaheim.
All right. I'm sorry about that. I will try to put my score there. So 4-2, Mr. ENORTAP.
Okay, done.
Done deal on that one. Boudreau to Ottawa, Mr. Rabinov. Are you talking about Bruce Boudreau, coach Ottawa? I would like to know if that's what you're talking about. The Rangers versus Columbus Blue Jackets.
I think at this stage, Boudreau's living on borrowed time right now. Looks like you were right, Coach, that maybe within the week he's going to be gone. In favor of it looks like Tocchet. But anyways, back to our predictions. The Rangers and Columbus. The Rangers, they come into tonight's matchup on the second night of a back-to-back, of course, having played Montreal. Despite that, I'm still going to back them up in this game, even if it's on the road. It's simply, for me, it's simply too much of too big of a mismatch here to not take them. The goalies, last I heard, it's Merzlikins in net for Columbus. For the Rangers, it was still undecided whether they were going to go with Shesterkin or they're going to put in Halak because of the back-to-back situation. So I don't know if anybody has confirmation on that. They can type it in the chat. The Columbus, they've been hit with some injuries lately. Like they're still without Boone Jenner, Voracek.
He is back, Mr. ENORTAP.
Oh, Boone is?
Yep.
Boone Jenner?
He's been reactivated today.
Okay, excellent. That'll help for sure. Werenski's still out of the lineup for them as well. That hurts on the defensive side. Of course, the absences also support the reason why I'm going to lean towards the Rangers in this game. I think that it's an important game, especially since they let last night slip away from them and lost to Montreal. They can ill afford to lose to teams that are below them in the standings. And in this particular case, and last night, two teams that are extremely behind them in the standings. So I'm going to go with the Rangers to win this one. And I'm assuming it's Halak in net, so I'll make it a little bit closer and take the Rangers 4-3.
Rangers 4-3. Not confirmed yet. I'm just checking, Mr. ENORTAP, and both goaltender Merzlikins are not confirmed yet.
I think Merzlikins is, because it was supposed to originally
It's confirmed now, Joseph. He said Halak versus Merzlikins.
Yeah. It is Halak. Okay.
Yep.
So
and we welcome back Mr. Joseph Laham with the W of the Devils just happening to them.
Big
conversation
win.
Mr. Joseph. And then Dementra, Mr. ENORTAP, is in the house. She's in the house. Welcome back, both of you. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like if you don't do it yet. We appreciate a lot.
Great. All right. So the Capitals, they've recently returned some of their big names back from the injury list, obviously Tom Wilson and Backstrom, but their returns have not yet really resulted or turned into better results for Washington. It takes a while. Sometimes we think, okay, because a star player or a role player comes back in the lineup, that they're going to immediately make an impact, and it takes time for them to get back into game shape form, but more importantly, just to get into the tempo of the line mates that they're with, and that's sort of what we're seeing right now. The Islanders, what can we say here? They haven't been much better in recent games, as they've lost 4 of their last 5. But they should be. I think they should be able to sneak out a win today on home ice in this key matchup here. Washington played nearly half of the season without their key players that we just talked about. But the young players have really stepped up in their absence, and the team was playing much better hockey, I thought anyways. Now that Wilson and Backstrom are back in the mix, the Capitals not only have to wait for them to get back up to speed, but it also forced some of their younger skaters out of the lineup, and it sort of disrupted the rhythm of the team. I interpret that. Their recent losses to the Flyers kind of indicate the struggle as well. So, these are all things that you got to keep in mind. It looks like it's Kemper against Sorokin in this matchup. There really isn't a heck of a lot that separates these two clubs, except perhaps I would say the goaltending. And so I'm going to take the Islanders, and I think it'll be a low-scoring game. I'll go with the Islanders by a score of 2-1.
2-1?
Yes.
All right. This one I was not sure, Mr. ENORTAP. I took Islanders, Mr. ENORTAP, 3-2 six hours ago.
And now?
And now I don't know anymore. Washington lost this is a huge game, right? And Washington
Yes.
lost the last two games, and they score only 3 goals. I'm worried they will explode tonight. Like they will score a lot of ton of goal, whatever is working. And I did not like the Islanders. Like they played 2-1 against Montreal Canadiens, and the Montreal Canadiens are not like the best team in the NHL. It makes sense. Like I feel that way with there. Um, so
I understand what you're saying, but
I'm sorry again.
I guess you're not convinced. You're not convinced.
I don't know. I don't know.
Uh,
I would go Washington 3-2, Mr. Notap.
okay, I'll give you Washington, and you can blame it on me. 3-2.
Yeah, absolutely right. No, I cannot blame on you. This one, I changed it again at last minute. You know what I mean? Like, this is the only game I really not sure. It was this game.
Calgary and Nashville. Yeah, I kind of juggled the winner twice in my mind with this game here. The Flames, they're coming into Nashville after that 6-5 victory over Dallas, where it looked like they were going to run away with that game, and then they allowed Dallas right back into it. I think it was on Sunday. I'm getting the dates all mixed up now, but they're sitting currently in fourth place in the Pacific with a record of 21-14-9. And the Flames, they're keeping pace. That's the good part about it in terms of a playoff spot. And you got guys like Lindholm, who's having a career year. He's got 40 points in 43 games, and he's leading the team in points. They also are starting to get some production from the second and third line as well. But I don't know. It looks like it's Markstrom against Saros for this game,
Confirm.
and the part I don't understand why they're going to Markstrom, because I've observed that over especially the last 4 or 5 games, within the first 5 to 10 minutes, he allows a bad goal all the time, and it really sets the tone for the game, because Calgary sort of, you could see their body language, it just drops, and they've been getting very good goaltending out of Ladar. So why not ride the hotter goalie at this stage? Um, I, I I don't get it, but here he is, and he's in net tonight. The Predators, they come into this game having defeated Buffalo 5-3 on Saturday, and they're currently sixth in the Central. I think it'll be a tall order for them to try to get back into the playoffs, but you never know. If they got the goaltending out of Saros, who's definitely the better goaltender in this game. If they can just string a few more victories together, they'll be in the mix as well. But I think this game means more to Calgary at this stage. So I'm going to take Calgary to win this one by a score of 3-2, despite
3-2,
Markstrom
Mr.
being in
Notap.
that. Yeah.
All right. I go with you, but 4-3.
Okay.
Vladar was awful his last game, Coach Randy said. And then Randy took the Flame 4-3, Mr. Notap. That's the reason I took 4-3, because Randy did it.
Yeah, he did allow those goals, Randy, at the end, but I think he made about 3 or 4 key stops at the beginning of the game that allowed them to have that 4 or 5 goal margin. And I don't know, if you look at his
But for me, I'll be honest
history
with
over
you.
the
Like
last game.
I would agree with you. I think the team let him down.
I would agree. I'm not particularly pleased with what Markstrom's done either. Yeah, last game we have here tonight is Ottawa and St. Louis. These teams are spitting images of each other for the season, as is evident by their records, especially in the last 10 games. The Blues home record and the Senators road records are identical. They both struggle to keep the puck out of their own net. The Blues are really bad in goal prevention this year. They haven't recently improved in that category. They ranked 25th in the NHL. The Senators have allowed 21 goals in their past 4 games for an average of 5.25 per game. Right? They rank in the bottom half of the league in goal prevention, both overall and also on 5-5, 5 versus 5. Although neither team particularly excels in goal scoring, their weakness and trends for allowing goals in bunches outweighs that weaker scoring in terms of game totals. But both offenses will be made to look better tonight because when you have 2 teams that can't keep the puck out of the net, you have the potential of a higher scoring game. Ottawa has lost 43 of its last 64 games when facing a Central Division team, and St. Louis has won 6 of the last 8 games against Ottawa. So that was enough for me to tip the scale towards St. Louis by a score of 4-3.
Now you shut my mind, Mr. ENORTAP.
Okay.
I took St. Louis at the beginning. I took Ottawa at the beginning, Mr. ENORTAP.
So you went with St. Louis? No.
I took Ottawa tonight, but now you said 6 and 8. How I can be wrong with that?
You can't ignore it. You can't ignore it, coach.
But I feel like Ottawa is upset right now. I think they'll be hungry.
Not yet. They will be at some point. Once Norris is back in the swing, I think that we'll see a little bit of a difference and improvement in Ottawa's play.
But that's concluded, Mr. ENORTAP. Another show at the warm-up show tonight. 11 game. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock p.m. We want to thank everybody. Before you leave the building, everybody, don't forget to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. But before we leave, Mr. ENORTAP, we always ask you this question, and I want to know what you think about this, Mr. ENORTAP. What are you looking for tonight?
Well, we talked about it earlier. I think the Calgary-Nashville game is of paramount importance for Calgary. They have to win that game. Equally, you have Washington against the Islanders. Very tough game to select here. But I can pretty much guarantee it'll be a very low-scoring game.
You're absolutely about this. For me, for the rest of the game we have, right? The Pittsburgh cannot lose. The Rangers cannot lose.
It's an important game.
The Capital is really important for them. The Flame cannot lose. And the Blues cannot lose. If I want to say the most important thing for each team right now, that's what they are. Because if they want to stay in the race or if they want to keep their spot where they at in the standing, Mr. ENORTAP. So that'd be great about this one over there, Mr. ENORTAP. That's conclude another show at the warm-up show. We'll be back at 6 o'clock. But before we leave, Mr. ENORTAP, we ask you one more thing. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. He has your greatness inside of you, Mr. ENORTAP. You're looking for at least 8-3 minimum for you tonight, maybe 9. We'll be interesting to see that if you can get those kind of winner. Hopefully. I think we're all agree for all the game except Capitals against the New York Islanders.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome, but before we leave, we want to remind everybody, be well, be healthy. Finally, we not only dominate your day, finally, we dominate the first half of what, Mr. ENORTAP?
You're 2023.
He did it again. Thanks so much, everybody, to be a part of the show tonight. All the people in the chat, they've been great. Happy Martin Luther King days. Again, still a couple more hours to complete that one. Mr. ENORTAP, you did it again. You nailed it again. I can wait to see you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock p.m. Until then, have an amazing, great night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Good night, Coach.
Thank you so much, Mr. ENORTAP.